Okay, students, so we are continuing with part 2 of moral development on this week 3 Psych of Learning online video. So we are into the final level of Kohlberg's theory of moral reasoning, and it's called post-conventional morality because it's beyond what society offers. It's beyond the conventions of life, so to speak. And we have in this level two stages again, stages 5 and stages 6. And if we look at stage 5, we are talking about, this is a social contract stage where individuals recognize that rules represent an agreement among a group of people in terms of what is appropriate behavior. They also recognize that these rules are flexible, and these rules might be changed if society no longer needs them. And you know, in our society, a lot of rules like were developed in 1960 something, 50 something, 1800 and something. At one time, drumming was illegal, practicing the Baptist faith was illegal. A number of different things were illegal, and those rules have been changed and brought and been modernized. And if you look at the little cartoon here, the one is asking you, why should I obey the law? It's part of the social contract or the agreement among individuals. I didn't sign any social contract. The other little wazzy is speaking to this one, and he's saying, okay, you have to, it's the law, in other words, sign it here. So the social contract stage is a stage where individuals recognize rules are established by persons in terms of what is appropriate behavior. Now to the final stage, stage 6, it's universal ethical principle stage, and this is where a small individuals adhere to a small number of abstract universal rules or principles that transcend the normal concrete rules that are written on our law books. Or these are the principles upon which one would build the rules and laws of society, and these would include things like honesty, integrity, very abstract, truth, altruism, love. Individuals abide by these principles rather than focus on rules. So therefore, they may break the rules of a society if it goes against their principles. So like when the rules of a society is that you shouldn't stand in the road, you shouldn't block vehicular traffic. However, if there's a situation that warrants one's doing some sort of protest or standing in or breaking a rule or convention because of honesty, because of integrity, because of truth, those individuals would aspire and would hold those principles very highly, and they emphasize the golden rule. Now some people think that the golden rule is like in this cartoon, the king is saying, remember the golden rule, and the followers are saying, what's the golden rule there, king? And the king is saying, whoever makes the goal, whoever has the goal makes the rules. And of course he was speaking of himself. But in truth and in fact, the golden rule is treat others the way you will want to be treated. And this is where the integrity and the honesty and the truth and the altruism comes into play. So the final stage, post-conventional morality, entails social contract at stage 5. The final level entails social contract at stage 5 and universal principles at stage 6. And emotional intelligence, the ability to understand persons and personal and other feelings, is very important also at this stage. So in summary, Kohlberg offers 3 levels of moral reasoning with 6 stages of moral development. Level 1 would be the pre-conventional or pre-morality level. Level 2 would be conventional, or what society offers, and level 3 would be post-conventional, beyond the society. Level 1, individuals try to just obey to avoid punishment because they are fearful of punishment. Level 2, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, I do what is good for me, what do I have to get out of it? Level 3 is interpersonal concordance, or that sort of individuals want to be seen as a good boy, as a good girl. They will do what is right, and remember, they also take into consideration one's intentions in terms of what is right and what is wrong. So you can do something that is right with a wrong intention, and you can do something that is wrong with the right intention. So intentions come into play at level 2, stage 3. Level 2, stage 4, law and order, that which is established by society. The rules and regulations of society are laid down. They should not be broken. You shouldn't drive on the shoulder, you shouldn't litter, you should always wear your seat belt, etc. Level 3, which is beyond the rules of society, look at abstract rules and principles, and individuals they would think that the law might be too restrictive, and they will follow their consciences. And the final one, universal ethical principles, doing what is right because of that inner conscience, and the principles that one must follow, principles of justice and equality, value and the sacredness of life, etc., etc. So this is a means of review or recap in terms of Piaget's in terms of Kohlberg's theory of moral reasoning. And finally, from the bottom up this time, stage 1, I will do it once I don't get into trouble. Stage 2, I do it so I get something out of it. What's in it for me? Stage 3, I do it so that you would like me. I want to be seen as a good boy, as a good girl. And children go through all these different stages. Stage 4, I do it because it's the law. I respect the law of the society. Stage 5, I do it because of the social contract we have with each other. So individuals agree among themselves and they do it to fall into that social contract. And stage 6, I do it because the right thing to do. These are my principles by which I live. No matter what law I break, once I follow my principles or my conscience, I am happy. And so in conclusion, Kohlberg's theory of moral development, individuals pass through the same stages as far as Kohlberg is concerned. The rate of moral development is unique to each individual. It is gradual, it is continuous. One stage prepares one to advance to the next, and as well as the interventions may lead to a higher stage of moral development. So if someone is at the lowest level, you can do interventions that will take them up to the highest stages. So I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. There is another slide that is coming up with the exercise for you to do, the end of lecture activities, which will just simply ask you to identify the difference between heteronomous and autonomous morality according to Piaget, create your own example of each of Kohlberg's stages, and say what you think they have in common, what Piaget has in common with Kohlberg as far as moral development is concerned. So I do thank you for sharing this time with me. I hope that you were enlightened and you have a better understanding of moral development. So until the next video, God bless and goodbye.